Defense, number 95, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Ready.
Welcome to the final game of the opening weekend in the UFL. It's the Houston Roughnecks taking on the Memphis Showboats. Lord Galindo here with Tom Luganbill, Eric Douglas, Caleb Burton joining us on the sideline. Houston, as a home team, they elected what they wanted to do with the opening kick, play offense or defense. They want to play defense, so it's Showboats football and some backside pressure there. Reuben Foster and Adam Rodriguez and Luke's, we know that name, Reuben Foster.
Yeah, former first-round draft choice of the San Francisco 49ers, an All-American at the University of Alabama. Not only is he the physical and athletic leader of this defense for Houston, he is the verbal leader. He's the guy that gets everybody jacked up, gets everybody lined up, ready to play.
3rd and 1. Quick pass left side, first down yardage. And that's Wes Saxton, former South Alabama Jaguar, a guy with one NFL game in his career, making the first down catch.
Well, Memphis able to pick him off right there with the wide receiver coming inside, and 2 defenders get caught up and unable to trail Saxton right there. And a nice play call, good execution. I know that Houston sideline felt like there was a pick play, and we might get one here.
You're off the ball.
Offense, number 68. The player did not report, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
We also have Dean Blandino, the VP of officiating for the UFL, standing by in the U.S. Army Command Center. He will be reviewing everything that happens in real time to make sure every call on the field is correct. Also will be on hand to handle the coach's challenge, with each team's allotted 1 per game.
But I love the challenge in the UFL because you can challenge anything. You can challenge a play because you think there is a penalty that wasn't called. That's what makes this so much fun. So keen eyes from the press boxes of both these coaching staffs if they need to make a call.
You can challenge anything, but it has to be specified what you are looking at in the challenge. Let's do 3rd and 6. Cook is with time. There's a dart over the middle. Same result, first down. Vinny Papali.
Papali, a standout a year ago in the USFL at New Orleans, and this is just a nice little look, little glance to the inside. He's your ultimate zone underneath coverage weapon. He catches everything. He's reliable. He's where he's supposed to be. Cookus is going to see an awful lot of Papali throughout this season.
And his father, Vince, the inspiration of the movie Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg. Cook is pressured, gets it, and it's forced out. Big hit by Jimmy Moreland. The JMU Duke with the stop.
Moreland just does a great job of trailing this and then timing it up with the arrival of the football right there, going low, form tackle with the shoulder, leading first. Well done defensively. 2nd and 10 coming up for Memphis.
Raheem Bingham at Arkansas State with the pressure on Cookus. John DiFilippo, former OC with the Browns, Vikings, and Jags. First-year head coach of these Showboats after coming over from the New Orleans Breakers. Both teams were allowed to protect 40 players from the previous roster.
3rd down, let's go.
42 checked that. Then went through the UFL dispersal draft where they could select up to 20 from their original conference before dipping in to the other conference, XFL or USFL.
Gun, gin left open. Gun, gin left open. Okay. Regis also Waldo cards.
Gun, gin left open. Here are 2 jet. Hey, Congo, halfback cards. I wonder. Hey, white cards.
The Houston Roughnecks have taken on the identity of the Houston XFL franchise. We do have a timeout. But
First
it
charge
is
timeout.
the Houston Gamblers roster from a season ago
Memphis.
in the USFL. So Memphis wants to talk it out on their opening drive, and a 3rd and 11 coming up. You're watching the spiked beverage of the UFL. Try new Simply Spiked Limeade today. Celebrate responsibly. Simply Spiked Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tom, a moment ago, Memphis had to call a timeout because of a headset communication error.
Yes, sir, and that's one of the things that can get critical because the other sideline may have it. Your sideline does not. You've got to be able to get the play in. We saw Case Cook has come over to the sideline there for a timeout, discuss some things, hopefully to get it ironed out now.
Not like the NFL where you can only have one headset for offense and defense. Teams get to decide how many they want to distribute. Cook is downfield, first down yardage into the midst of Dawood Davis, his second catch of the drive.
Harry Douglas will love this because the wide receiver knew exactly where the line to gain was and went 2 yards behind it on time with the throw as Case Cook is. That's just timing, rhythm, and a receiver and quarterback kind of being in sync early on. You love to see that when you consider a forward training camp. You have no preseason games, and this is your first time out when it's live TV.
And it's all about trust, guys. Can that quarterback trust that wide receiver to get to his depth, and that wide receiver trust that quarterback to put that ball on time?
Lee Morris in motion. Cookus back over the middle of the field to Dawood Davis. This is just great to see Davis have the opportunity. You may remember in this training camp, he played in the preseason with the Dolphins and was involved in a violent hit in the fourth quarter of a game. The game was stopped after that hit, and Davis was taken to the hospital. A couple days later, reached an injury settlement with the Dolphins, and now it's another opportunity.
I saw him.
See Case Cook is being flushed right there with an edge rusher coming off into the face of the passer. And Dawood Davis was the first player that Coach Flip and Coach Martin mentioned when they talked about the receiving room. Said he really stood out. He picked things up quickly. He's reliable. He can make things happen after the catch. So this is a very experienced and talented receiver room.
Don't whine home. Don't whine home. Don't whine home. Don't whine home. Abort, abort, abort. Abort, abort.
Memphis trying to make it 3 for 3 on third down. Cookus feels the pressure. You need the athleticism, the dive forward. Ball is out, but it's ruled down, and it should be a first down. What did John DeFilippo tell us about his draft?
I will never go into a football season again without an athletic, mobile quarterback, and it's so true.
Now he's touched. He's touched. Yeah, the knee is down and he's touched. As soon as the knee's already down and the right arm hits. Yeah. So as soon as he touches him, he's down.
It's a pretty good, I think, fairly easy call to make for Dean and his crew. But the athleticism, again, of Case Cookus was what allowed that play to happen and extend it.
Cook is now under center. It's a multiple offense to the Showboats run, but nowhere to run for Darius Fincher. Taken down by Reuben Foster, former first-round pick of the 49ers.
Curtis Johnson, the head coach at Houston, loves Reuben Foster. He loves everything he's about. He says he's the pro's pro. Obviously very talented. You remember him if you follow college football. Again, the first rounder, as you mentioned, Lowell, with the San Francisco 49ers. Goes back, he was a great high school player, 5-star recruit coming out. But he's the heart and soul of this defense, and coach loves what he's brought from a maturity standpoint.
6 players on this Roughnecks defense have playing time in the NFL. Cookus making it look easy. And that man is tough to take down. Is Jonathan Adams, the alpha dog of this offense out of Arkansas State.
This is just a fantastic job by Case Cookus, keeping his eyes downfield when under duress, knowing he's going to take a shot and delivers a strike. That's trusting what you're seeing in front of you. That's knowing what the timing of the route's going to require. That's a veteran quarterback that's playing in the USFL for 2 years. One of the reasons Memphis picked him up. He's been awfully productive. Shows you why right there.
Tampa.
Cookus. Second catch for Papali. And Memphis is making it look easy. A methodical drive down the field.
They're just in rhythm, Lowell. They look like they've been playing a few games already. The offensive line is holding up nicely. That's an area in spring football and supplemental leagues you're always concerned about early because you don't have the preseason games. But they're just playing pitch and catch. Now, haven't been able to establish much of a run with Darius Victor, but the ball's coming out of the hand of Case Cook as quickly, and he's making good decisions.
The total is 39.5. If you took the over,
it went down on me.
If you took the over, you want an opening drive touchdown right here. And it's going to be a timeout for the Roughnecks.
First charge timeout. Houston. 30 seconds.
So there is the head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, C.J. Johnson, the head coach of the Gamblers a year ago. We mentioned it is the Gamblers roster that they were able to protect 42 players from. In the draft, they went heavy on the defensive line. All 4 defensive linemen that are starting for the Roughnecks were selected from other teams.
Championship caliber teams are built from the inside out. We're listening to here to coaches talking it up. You see Coach Flip talking there with Case Cook about what they may want to do.
I think, Guy, for Case Cook he's so cool, calm, and collected, guys, in the pocket. On that last pass that was called by Jonathan Adams, the blitz came off the right side of the formation.
Yep.
He didn't panic, stayed cool, calm, delivered the football with ease. That's one of the things that Coach DeFlippo was talking about at the quarterback position, being able to be calm, have the athleticism to get out of the pocket when you need to, but also deliver the football when you're supposed to.
Yeah, 6 for 8, 55 yards so far in this drive, and it feels like they've had the ball forever, Lowell.
Now we are down to 6:33 on the clock here in the first quarter. Victor stays in at running back. One-on-one, top of the screen. To Victor, but Victor is stopped as the Roughnecks D-line bows up. Toby Johnson making the stop inside.
See some big bodies up front for Memphis there. They brought a couple of extra offensive linemen in. Really would have mounted to end up being 13 personnel, 1 back, 3 tight ends. Another was an extra lineman.
Harry, if you're Memphis, where do you go here?
Well, Jonathan Adams just had one-on-one coverage on the outside, and he was begging for the football.
He's got it here, too, and he's got a lot of room to that back pylon.
Man coverage.
In at fullback for Victor. It's going to be play action. And down he goes. Toby Johnson, back-to-back grown man stops in the red zone. That's how they do it at the University of Georgia.
Curtis Johnson, the head coach at Houston, told us we want to be able to control the line of scrimmage with 4 people. This time they brought some pressure off the edge, but it's the inside quickness and that first step explosiveness to penetrate the gap from Toby Johnson. He takes down Cook. Harry, I agree with you. I think they could have taken advantage of some one-on-one opportunities on the perimeter and not put their quarterback at risk there. Now they find themselves 3rd and goal, a lot further away from that goal line.
15th play of the drive. Is there another 3rd down conversion? Cook is in zone. Nearly a one-handed catch, incomplete. Keep in mind the new UFL rules this season. You gotta have 2 feet down to make the catch. It was 1 in the XFL.
Correct. Couple of tweaks to the rules between both the USFL and the XFL as we embark on the first season here in the UFL, and now's the time where you've got to get points. And really, even though you did not come up with 6 there and whatever your extra point attempts would have been, you've played keep away for the better part of this entire first quarter. Houston hasn't even been on offense yet.
27-yarder for the Michigan State Spartan, Matt Coughlin. And we are on the board here in H-Town. Memphis striking first. That's a win for the under. And Tom Luganville. A 56-yard drive, ending up in a field goal for the Memphis Showboats. So you got to give Roughnecks defense credit for holding when the ball was at the 2-yard line. Here are the UFL head coaches. Pretty much everybody coming back. John DeFilippo was with New Orleans a season ago, had a very good team there.
Yep.
So he brought a lot of his offensive playmakers and kept the defense in place in Memphis. And again, C.J. Johnson, he was the Roughnecks, he is a Roughnecks head coach. It was the Gamblers last season. So this Roughnecks team is what the Roughnecks had with the Gamblers roster a season ago. There's Flip and Johnson going head to head.
It's a lot of experience. C.J. Johnson, one of the best wide receiver position coaches in the game at the collegiate and NFL level for a long time.
Short kick, Isaiah Henney is going to try to scoop this up. Now keep in mind, once the football travels 20 yards downfield, if it's not touched by the receiving team, it's like a punt, and that is where the ball will be downed, but it will be Houston football.
Yeah, normally that would be a live ball in a kickoff type situation. In fact, we had our meetings earlier with Dean Blandino, and I said, hey, Dean, I got to confirm something with you. Just make sure if that ball hits the ground, it's not live. So that's why you saw a lot of players standing around and nobody doing anything.
Here is the former Tennessee Volunteer, Washington State Cougar, Garantano. He was on the active roster with the Denver Broncos for a few games in 2022, trying to get back.
12 week of meet on one, ready? Here we go, ready?
TJ Pledger, his running back, and the former OU Sooner and Utah Ute with a 5-yard gain on
Gun
first
double
down.
left close. Quizno H motor. Release screen left to Z. Gun double left close.
Just
Quizno,
heard the voice
H motor.
of the
Release screen
OC
left
for the Roughnecks, Eric Price.
Z on one, ready? F quick.
Son of former Washington State, UTEP, Alabama head coach Mike Price. You heard the call there. It's a very lengthy call, as most West Coast offense play calls are very, very wordy. Expect to see a quick screen to the outside to a wide receiver here.
Here we go, ready? 180.
Garantano to Isaiah Henney. Flag down. As Christian McFarland gets the hit, the ball is loose, and they're going to say touchdown. Ruling on the field is Christian McFarland. Got
it's
in
a holding
for
by
6.
the offense, fumble recovered by the defense, and scored.
I'm on the high end zone looking at it from behind.
Holding. Offense. Number 80.
Ball's clearly
Results
out.
of the play. Recovery by the defense. Touchdown.
So let's listen in.
I just want to
as Dean
cycle through
Blandino
these
of the U.S.
angles.
Army Command Center works through it.
Okay, I'm on the high end zone right now, looking at it from behind. Yeah. It's out. I've got it out clearly before the knee is down. So, and the return was clear, right?
Left hash. He's going for
Yeah,
one. Left
no
hash.
issues. Picked it up, not down by contact. The turnover and score are confirmed.
He's already confirmed it.
1 point from the 2-yard line.
Anybody else reporting?
Good looks. Okay, good job.
Well,
What was interesting about that call is nobody on Houston reacted. They thought there was a penalty only. They didn't see the ball come out.
So now we go for the extra point. We don't kick in the UFL. It's a 1-point conversion from the 2-yard line. A 2-pointer from the 5, 3 from the 10. And that will end up with a big nothing as the Roughnecks defense again does a fine job backed up. But it was Christian McFarland with the scoop and score. Showboats lead 9-0.
Here where the Memphis Showboats are first on board, and you, Christian, are the reason for it. They call you C-Mac. Take me through what you just saw there getting into the end zone.
Well, first of all, thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But really, honestly, it was a screen. We knew it was going to be a screen because it's 3-by-1. And then we just swarmed to the ball. I saw the ball on the floor. And then my skills, my offensive skills from back in the day kind of kicked in a little bit. So, yeah.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys.
And big time credit there to Kyrie Woods forcing that fumble. And that's also championship pedigree. Teams like Birmingham, back-to-back USFL champs, could not protect everybody, just 42 players. Christian McFarland was one of the players not protected. The Showboats scooped him up. Here's Anthony Ratliff-Williams now on the return for the Roughnecks. And Tom, special teams, what makes the UFL unique, we saw it happen there with miscommunication on that kick return, which ultimately backed up Houston. Now, next weekend, week 2 of the UFL season, Brahmas taking on the Showboats. How about the Brahmas with that win in San Antonio? That's a statement against DC.
DC was a 9-1 regular season record a year ago in the XFL. San Antonio revamped now under Wade Phillips, was with the Houston Roughnecks a year ago. And so we've got some really good football that's going to get better and better and better each and every week as these guys start playing more and more football with live reps.
Ready. 180. What's up?
Second possession for the Roughnecks. Pledger, tough running up the gut. Give him 2 yards.
To make a difference on this drive, it's going to be TJ Pledger. He was the one blocking for his wide receiver. Henning missed the block. Great job by Kyrie Woods not being blocked, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Pledger wants to do great on this drive.
Back to Pledger. And Pledger took some harm there. Malik Lowell getting it quickly.
Very similar offensive philosophies for both these teams. Eric Price, the offensive coordinator for Houston. Again, wordy terminology, a lot of West Coast concepts. You see the little check down right there to Pledger. That's what they always say in the West Coast offense. Check downs get first downs. If it's not there, if you can't push the ball downfield, take what that defense gives you. That's a good early start for Jarrett Guarantano.
And not something you necessarily saw from Guarantano in his college career.
No.
Empty now. 3rd and 4. And a tough catch in traffic. Kiki Chisholm, the Mizzou Tigers.
What I really like about this is Guarantano hanging in there. He knows he's got somebody in his face. He's under duress, just slightly falls away. But this is where that arm strength that we talked about comes in. He can get away with that just with his arm because he's got such powerful velocity on his throws.
And we've got a timeout.
It's not NASCAR.
He said NASCAR
it's
or
not,
NASCAR.
It's not NASCAR. It's not NASCAR.
Nah, I know it wasn't that. He said get on the ball, though.
10.
Tell me. All good. We're gonna, hey, tell him, are we going to go trips right? We're in the back. You want an FIB, ask him?
So, wait a minute. Gun trips left, Alaska.
You want that FIB?
Say it again. FIB? How you want it? Put your helmet on. Gun trips right, Alaska. Go.
Trips right?
Yeah, I know. Come on, the game, man. But it wasn't NASCAR.
What did we just hear there, Tom?
Well, you hear NASCAR, that's fast. We're going fast. And Coach Johnson's trying to say, guys, we're not in NASCAR. Just settle down. Let's line up. Let's run the play. So they're going to get in the trip set. They call it Alaska. So that's a one-word play description that tells everybody, the protection, the running back, and the receivers, what they're going to be doing.
Pistol look for Guarantano. 35-second play clock here in the UFL, 40 seconds in the NFL. Everything a little quicker. Pledger gets a yard.
So a couple of little things right there. We heard Alaska, right? Now, envision a United States map. What's on the left?
Well, way up and to the left is Alaska.
Alaska, all right? So if we start here in New York, or we start here in Carolina, or we start here in Massachusetts, you're going to get some form. Their run game's obviously named right and left out of states on the map.
Tyon Evans, now the running back for the Roughnecks.
Ready. 180.
Pressure. Guarantano, slippery. Throwing off the back foot, just trying to get rid of it.
Getting the value of an athletic quarterback that can evade when under duress, keeps 2 hands on the football. And here's the difference between a sack and that throwaway. We're sitting here at 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 16. Smart, heady play there by the young quarterback.
Here I go.
3rd and 9 now for the Roughnecks.
Ready. 180.
Guarantano a little more time. Short of the stick, still fighting is Ratliff Williams. And he's going to be forced back to set up a 4th down.
He was tackled by number 21, Dylan Abrams. Full progress took him to the 38 to the 5.
think Houston's going to go ahead and take a shot at this. Start getting in between that 50 and 38-yard line once you cross midfield. Percentage is way in your favor.
7th play of the drive, and the fans love it on 4th down. Trying to get Memphis to jump off sides, and the Showboats ain't taking the bait.
Fantastic discipline there by Memphis on defense.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Those are the types of plays that you kind of expect in week 1, right? The false start, the not having discipline on a hard count defensively. Not Memphis today.
I want to go back, though, to the verbiage that we're hearing from both these teams. Very complicated West Coast system in terms of actually calling the plays. How they manage that?
Yeah, it's a paragraph. Now, there's been some times where they've had to cut it back, and as we referenced, just give one-word plays so that they can call it, everybody can hear it, and they're not wasting time with the play clock.
Memphis with a 9-0 lead, courtesy of a field goal and a Christian McCaffrey.
Back here in Houston, Memphis up 9-0. Some notable UFL rules, and most notably is the extra point attempts. There are no kicks, no PATs in the UFL. You see 2-yard line, 5-yard line, and 10-yard line to determine what point you would like to give. Teams tied or trailing can retain the ball through a 4th and 12 option late. That's going to be interesting throughout the season as well.
Hunter, the punter, away to Jeray Elder, and we do have a flag down at the 45-yard line.
They have an option to re-kick it. 5 yards, previous spotter, tack it out. What's he want to do? It's your coach.
16 went downfield.
5.
He clearly went downfield. Is it 16?
16.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Ineligible player. Kicking team number 16. That 5-yard penalty at the end of the kick. 1st down.
So they're tacking it.
Let's catch up with Dean Blandino in the U.S. Army Command Center. Dean, it sounds like that was one of those penalties that's exclusive to the punt rules in this league.
Exactly right. To promote returns, we don't let any player on the kicking team be more than a yard downfield until the ball is kicked. So that's unlike college and unlike the NFL. Number 16 was clearly downfield, so that's why the foul was called.
Dean, thank you so much. Case Cookus back to work. It's been the story so far. 6 of 9, 55 yards. And looking sharp. Sideline throw. And that is just on the money, Tom, right to David Davis, who's also going off.
That is pure West Coast rhythm and sync. 5-step drop, plant, get the ball out, speed cut out, pitch and catch. Man, this is a good-looking offensive football team right now, Harry. They haven't been able to run the football at all, but the wideouts and the quarterback are on the same page.
Yeah, Tom, you hit it right on the head. You talk about being in sync with your wide receivers. You want to beat that guy to the sideline and allow him to go out there and catch that football. Great job by Case Cookus.
Victor trying to bounce it left side. Flag is down, however.
Foul. Holding, 17 offense, 10 yards.
Holding. Holding. Offense, number 17. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's going to go against the tight end, Wes Saxton. Let's check in with Kayla.
Well, guys, you talk about Case Cookus and what he's been able to do out here, but the guys who he really loves connecting with are the last 2 who just touched the football. Darius Victor as well as Dawood Davis. He says those 2 specifically for Vito, for Darius, he says playing against him 5 times last year in the USFL, he just hated playing against him. This guy is a bowling ball that runs over people, but now he's on his side of the team. And for Dawood Davis, he said he knew nothing really about Dawood prior to meeting him, but he looked at coach and said, man, we got a special talent with our group.
Kayla, he looks like a dishwasher with arms.
I don't know if he said that, but you got it.
Cookus, another BB to Jonathan Adams. Don't sleep on Jonathan Adams.
Man,
This is a man that has lost 15 pounds since last season when he was one of the better receivers in the USFL with New Orleans.
I mean, he was practically a hybrid jumbo tight end. He's down to 220 now. He's the big target on the outside. Harry and I were talking earlier. I'd like to see them maybe take some shots to him. But the thing that's impressing me so much about Memphis right now, you can't rush the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands so quickly.
And there is Jonathan Adams, bottom of the screen. Former Bolitnikov finalist at Arkansas State. Take the shot, flag is down, and so is Jonathan Adams. Now we're gonna have to see if this is a 15-yard
and I have a ICT
could it be intentional?
That turned into a DPI.
Could be holding as well. Defensive holding.
Number 12.
No, I just threw that one. I threw it and moved.
We're still going DPI, right?
He has 2 fouls, correct?
Just one.
2 fouls. I threw an ICT and then a DPI.
Which changed into a DPI, right?
Yes, sir.
Pass interference. Defense number 15. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
All right, so we should go from the 20 to the 35.
See them try to get vertical.
Where's your spot?
Dean, how do you determine
Correction, there are 2
on a play
fouls
like
on the
that
play.
if it's intentional,
Illegal
which would be a
contact.
spot foul?
Defense, that
It
penalty
would have to be obvious. It would have to be the defender is beat, just tackles the receiver for it to be intentional. That was clearly not intentional. It was in the course of the play. So it'll be a max of 15 when it happens further downfield than 15 yards.
Dean Blandino, VP of officiating, holding it down in the U.S. Army Command Center. Busy man.
There's a lot of jostling on that route right there with a lot of Houston defenders. And now Memphis gets some breathing room behind their back.
To Victor. You brought this point up after the first couple of drives. It's going to be tough to run on Houston.
Oh, it is. And, you know, Curtis Johnson, the head coach over at Houston, first thing he told us is we wanted to load up on defensive linemen. That was our point of emphasis in the draft. We want to be able to control the line of scrimmage with a 4-man front, and hopefully you'll be able to apply pressure. They've struggled for the most part to apply pressure, but they have not given up much on the ground. That's been a struggle and tough sledding for Memphis offensively.
Checking out Leve Segapolu, undrafted after standout career at Wisconsin. 2nd and 8. Flag down. Cook is, oh, what a grab there. Go, gadget arms by the former Clemson Tiger, DeAndre Overton. But they're saying
They're ruling on the field as an incomplete pass. They got holding on the offense, 68.
Result of the play is incomplete pass.
Take it back.
Holding. Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That's going to go against the former 4th-round pick by Seattle, Terry Poole, out of San Diego State.
Yeah, you see it get a little handsy there. And when those hands get on the outside and you start seeing contortion at the waist, that's a good call by the officiating crew. And again, this is a handful of a group up front for Houston on defense.
And it's going to be a challenge with the nature of a league like this for the offensive line.
Sure, no preseason games. It's the one position on the field that is so reliant on being a cohesive group, and they don't get a lot of time together.
Pressure, hit hard, but into the hands of an open man. Sage Surratt out of Wake Forest, and the Demon D says, move those chains. 33 yards, and he took a shot.
Let's go. Case Cook is bringing the heat off the right side. Free rusher, and he just hangs in and delivers the strike. Drops that thing right in the bucket at about 18 yards. So impressed with his accuracy and his timing.
That was Gabriel Sewell with the big hit. Davis trying to get to the edge, cannot pick up the block by Papali. So nothing going there.
And guys, on that last play, you hear quarterback coaches all the time talking about throw your guy open.
Yep.
That's exactly what Case Cookis did right there to Sage Surratt. Threw him open, allowed him to make the catch and be able to have a little bit of yards after the catch, in which we call yak.
So how's he looking overall from a receiver standpoint?
I would want to play with him. Where are my pads, guys?
And I'm sure we can find some.
Harry's falling out of bed running a 4.95 right now.
Cookus, confidence growing with every throw. Darius Victor out of Townsend showing what he can do.
Look
in the
at him,
pass
man.
game.
Look at him. Look at him. The way he's built, I love it, man. I mean, he is just an absolute tank. He's a bruiser. He just wears you down. One of those backs, and he's been awfully productive in the USFL prior to coming into Memphis here in the UFL. He just keeps grinding away.
2 years ago with the New Jersey Generals, he was the USFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Correct.
3rd and short.
Get set. Time.
Roughnecks fans, they brought the noise. They're doing their best. And here is Victor. That is a first down. What a push by the O-line.
Tell you what I like about Doug Martin, the offensive coordinator, Coach Steve Filippo, the head coach, is they haven't had a lot of success on the ground, but they haven't abandoned it. They just keep kind of plugging away, almost like a woodpecker in a petrified forest, right? Stay busy and look for opportunities. Just peck, 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 peck. That's exactly what this team is in the run game right now.
Only you could describe a play in that, man. That's a real skill right there.
Get set, we gotta go.
Only Tom.
Time. What's it?
Cookus pulled too far for Surratt.
Okay. Okay, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Hey, gun, double right D, 350 steer pitch. Gun, double right D, 350 steer pitch.
Gun double right D, 350 steer pitch. On what, Rick?
So he's got a man beater. You just heard Coach say, let's see if we can get man here. 2-by-2 set.
Cookus wants the end zone, getting air under it. Incomplete, looking for Jonathan Adams, but he may have gotten the PI.
Not playing the ball, 29.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. It's not intentional. I've got a good look on the near side handheld. Not playing the ball. He's playing into the receiver. Forces him to the boundary. Good call. 15. What's our previous spot? Okay, 28. So we should go the full 15 to the 13. Very good.
Number, right? Hey, we're 29. 29.
Okay, first down.
So you heard Dean talking about going the full 15.
Yeah.
Once you start getting inside, when the penalties are typically half the distance to the goal line, in the UFL, it would be up to the 2-yard line on those penalties. Cookus goes down, dropped by Bingham. A loss of 3.
Nice job by Bingham coming off the edge here, and they're trying to hit the glance right behind in that second window. And if you see Cookus pump there, he pats the ball. If you start patting the ball in the pocket, the walls are going to start closing in. I said earlier, they haven't been able to rush him because he gets the ball out of his hands so quickly. That time he was forced to hang on to it because of the look downfield, led to a negative play.
Plays like that made him the 2018 Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year when he had 9 sacks for Arkansas State. Cookus underneath Surratt. Handful of yards there for Jimmy Moreland. Brings him down.
I'll tell you guys what I like about this drive from Memphis. They've actually taken 3 shots down the football field. 2 to Jonathan Adams, 1 to Sage Surratt. So they're trying to push the ball down the field, but offensive coordinator Doug Martin said it's imperative that they're balanced on offense, so it's a lot more easier to push the football downfield when it comes to play action.
Yeah, and they've chosen the right guys, the right mismatches. They've taken their taller target against the shorter Houston defender, and as a result, got the pass interference.
Showboats 4 or 5 on 3rd down. Cookus has been nearly perfect on this drive. Did we get the tippy toe? Yes. Papali got the tippy toes in. Showboats do it again.
Wow. What a catch.
Oh, yeah.
1 point right hash.
Wait till we confirm it.
Gotcha.
Yep, I've got feet on that too. Yep. Touchdown is confirmed. Touchdown is confirmed.
Touchdown is confirmed.
Dean Blandino in the U.S. Army Command Center confirming the touchdown. Everything will be reviewed in that command center. But what a play there.
Unbelievable play to cap off an 11-play drive for 84 yards. But the effort, and again, this year, as opposed to the XFL and the UFL, you have to have 2 feet in bounds. And what a great effort there by Papali.
1-point conversion from the 2-yard line. Cookis, big hit and stop short. That's Marvin Moody making the stop. But the chef giving a little chef's kiss after that placement to Papali. Cookis is locked in. And the Showboats making a statement in the opening weekend of the U by Progressive Insurance. The right call to protect your home and car. Visit progressive.com. Laura Galindo here with Tom Lugabill, Harry Douglas, Caleb Burton, and the Houston fans. It's not the best situation right now with their team down by 15, but they've actually shown up and brought the juice and brought the noise.
Easter football, nothing like it. I think a lot of people were concerned, you know, what your fans do on an Easter Sunday at 2 o'clock Central Time, and they showed up.
Coughlin to kick to Isaiah Henney. Henney just north of his 5-yard line. And Henney will be dropped at the 30. Let's check in with Kayla.
Well, Vinny, I mean, I wish we could reenact that, and you haven't even seen it in slow-mo yet, but how did you stay in bounds there?
I don't know. I mean, just doing that drill since I guess I've been 2 years old. My dad throwing me the ball in the driveway and just toe tapping.
Is that going to be in the next movie with you and your dad?
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see, yeah.
And I got to ask you, our guy Harry needs to know about that touchdown celebration. What was it?
No, he asked me on Tuesday. I mean, my sister got engaged on Friday. I couldn't be there. My sister Gabby and Daniel, so I'm so happy for them and proud of them. I couldn't be there, so I told them I'd make up for it with a touchdown. So that's my love to them. I love you guys and so happy for you guys. And I'm glad I can make it come true. So, yeah.
Gabby, you got the ring and you got the TD by the brother. Congratulations. Good work. Guys.
Working on Invincible 2. The Vinny Papali story. But it's great to see him be healthy, honestly. I mean, he's had so many different injuries. Broken collarbone as a high school senior. Freshman year at Delaware, broke his leg. Sophomore year, tore his ACL. Then got healthy, and in preparation for the pro day, had a sports hernia.
Yeah.
Played well in the spring league, only to tear his plantar fascia in his foot. It has been a long, difficult road for Papali.
Well, and he was with New Orleans and Coach DiFilippo a year ago in the USFL, and they said he was one of the 4 guys they felt like they had to have because of what he means to the football team in the locker room.
Garantano back to work. Quick toss to Isaiah Henney. And right now, Tom, they just need to sustain a drive and move the chains like they just did.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean, the time of possession is egregious. The problem for Houston is they haven't had the football. They've only got 1 first down.
They're now saying 3rd down on the field.
One more time. We got flood right tear, F flag, 35 feet split on one. Ready? Under.
So it looked like the sticks were moving.
Here we go. Mike, here we go. Ready?
So we got a 3rd and 1. Evans with the carry, and there's the first down. The Roughnecks were looking for. Ball is out. No signal. Still live, and will it be Memphis football? Waiting for the signal.
Rolling on the field.
It is.
There's a fumble recovered by the defense.
Yeah,
First
can't
down,
tell either.
Memphis.
Which one are you looking at, Farhana?
Hey, I got your spot here, Willie.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
38.
Okay, I got left arm down. Now he rolls over, and now they pull it. Yep. Jeff, we're looking at it here in replay. We're going to stop the game. We're going to put him down by contact. I'm going to give you a spot.
Okay, I'm waiting for you.
So we're going to put it on the -43. It's going to be the left hash, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
After further review, the runner was down by contact at the 43-yard line.
And Tom, this is the way it should be. Get it right. That did not take long to get it right.
No, it didn't take long to get it right. You heard the description from Dean Blandino there. You got the arm and the elbow down, the body goes down, and then the rollover at the end is where the ball comes loose. And boy, Houston could not have used a reversal at a better time than right there. They've got to get something going here on offense.
Only the second first down of the afternoon. Late substitution here with Quentin Meeks just arriving on the field for the Showboats. Garantano, pressure at his feet, and he's dropped. Jordan Ferguson with the sack. One of the top pass rushers on this Memphis team, showing off the skills.
It looked like Garantano was going to be able to get out of trouble there and then kind of spun back into it right there when he ran into his own offensive lineman. That's just good effort by Memphis along the defensive front. Now Houston way behind the chains.
Garantano hasn't had a chance to show off that big arm. It's an underneath play. Complete to Ratliff Williams. Vontae Diggs with the stop.
And guys, that play right there that the Houston Roughnecks just ran was a play that offensive coordinator Coach Price drew up for me in the locker room before the game.
Well, he wanted to take a shot downfield, Harry. He just didn't have it there. Good patience at that time to get the ball underneath because they ended up gaining 15 yards. Now, if you're Houston here, I think you got to be thinking 4-down territory if you can get past the 50-yard line on this play here.
That was the longest gain of the day for the Roughnecks. Third down. Easy pitch and catch. Emmanuel Butler. Butler used to be Case Cookis's go-to receiver at Arkansas State. Now they're on separate sides.
Yeah, this is just a simple pitch and catch. You have a curl flat concept. That's the curl route on target from the quarterback. Getting a little momentum here, a little juice on offense for Houston.
13-yard pickup. The legs. Take the slide down, get himself up at the 35-yard line. We do have a flag back at the 41.
Holding offense 65.
Holding offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's a starting center out of Bowling Green, Jack Kramer. Tom, also need to point out Mark Thompson, last year's USFL Offensive Player of the Year, inactive for this game. That's obviously a factor here for the Houston offense.
No question, because he's a guy that you lean on. He's your bell cow player on offense. He can carry a heavy load in the run game. You're breaking in a new quarterback. You'd love to have that reliability in the backfield, but not today.
First and 20. Right over the middle. Solid pickup by Kirk Merritt. Merritt was a receiver with the New Orleans Saints. They started tinkering with him in the backfield, and with Johnson's relationship with the Saints, they told him, give him a look there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a jack-of-all-trades type of player in this offense. Play some running back, play some slot receiver. He can really do it all. This is the perfect league of opportunity for him to show that.
Backside pressure everywhere. Garantano, for the moment, gets out of it. Absolutely rocked, but after he gets rid of the football, Law was there to deliver the blow.
Wow.
Wow on the hit, or wow to escape this pressure?
Wow on all of it, and really to escape the pressure, you take that shot late, but you avoid what would have been a huge negative play. So you're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, long 7 right now. That would have been at least a 3rd and 15 or 16. So smart, heady play to evade the pass rush and give your offense a shot here.
4 or 5 for 44 yards on this drive. There's some pressure. Miscommunication, had to get rid of that, the pressure in his face.
I think, guys, for the offensive line of Houston, you got to understand, if a defensive lineman is crossing your face, he's crossing your face for a reason. A blitz is coming. Stay composed.
2-minute warning. Houston facing a 4th and 9, down 15-0 to Memphis.
That's why we do this. Trips right tight, 33 Delta. Gun, big trip right tight, 33 Delta. Hey, tell them to report. Tell them to report. Tell them to report. Good, man. Good job, man. Good drive. Good drive. Good drive. Good drive. Nice drive, man. Here we go.
That is Showboats head coach John DeFilippo, former OC with the Browns, Vikings, and Jags. So much more comfortable in year number 2 as a head coach. He was with the USFL New Orleans Breakers a season ago. Now doing a fine job with Memphis. How about a 55-yarder by J.J. Molson to get on the board? It's a low one. It's got the distance. Hey, pour a cold one for the 8th generation descendant of John Molson.
Huge play right there, and Houston gets the ball coming out of the locker room to start the third quarter on offense. That was a huge play for Houston to get back in this heading into the break.
It's our first Sunday night baseball matchup of the season. The Cardinals finishing up their 4-game series against the Dodgers. Coverage begins following our game with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown at 6 Eastern on ESPN. Astros fans a little bummed. Yankees took the first 3 against the Stros. The Roughneck fans, wake up, man! Come on! He's probably had an early day hiding the Easter eggs, rallying, getting ready for some UFL football.
He was in an 8 a.m. service for sure. He had to make it here on time.
The passion, though, for this league already showing up. They love football here in H-Town. So Roughnecks getting on the board. They kick it away. Here's the speedster from the Houston area, Trey Williams. Williams trying to get the edge, a little hurdle, and solid field position coming up for the Memphis Showboats. Tom, let's look back at this man, Reuben Foster, one of the best players in America when he signed with Alabama.
Yeah, out of Auburn High School, ends up signing with Alabama.
It was a saga.
It was a saga for sure on National Signing Day, class of 2013. Really one of the most widely coveted defensive players in that entire class. I call him an inside thumper. He is a tackle-to-tackle plugger. He's going to tackle, and he is going to run to the football. What a great career he had. At the University of Alabama, now here in the UFL.
2 years with the 49ers, 10 TFL in that run with the Niners, who made him a first-round pick.
Prior to the snap,
we got a flag down, false start.
Offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Now, Tom, all these players have different reasons why they are playing. Some, like Foster, trying to get back to the NFL. Some trying to get there for the first time. There's a lot of guys, though, that just want to keep the dream going. They love playing this game at any level.
They're just professional football players, and they'll play it as long as their body will allow and as long as they are capable of making a roster.
Case Cook is backed up on first down, and that's through the fingertips of Lee Morris, a former OU Sooner. What you think about that pass, Harry? Is that a catchable football right there for Morris?
Most definitely, if it hits your hands. But here's what's bad about this 2-minute drive, right? You have 2 timeouts left. The most important thing about a 2-minute drive is getting it started. You had a false start penalty. Now you have a drop.
Reset the game
Not
clock.
the ideal situation for the Memphis Showboats.
1 minute, 39
no
seconds.
doubt, especially coming off of points on the board for Houston. If you looked at the clock when they kicked that field goal, you're sitting there wondering if Houston's going to get the ball back. And now it looks like they could.
And the way the time works, under 2 minutes, it turns into a college football style where there will be stoppages, incomplete passes, and balls that are down out of bounds. So 2nd and 15 here. Cookis, check down. Nothing happening there for Darius Victor. Say hello to JT Tyler. That's a Princeton Ivy League man right there. JT Tyler, 2021 Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year.
So what you're saying, Lowell, he's smart?
I would say that.
Very
Making
smart.
a play on the campus of Rice, which they consider the Ivy League of Texas. So he's right at home here. Cook is doing his thing on 3rd down, 3 of 4.
You need a big stop here. The problem is Houston couldn't use that timeout on defense because they're going to need it on offense.
3rd and 12, under a minute. Oh, Cookis is hit hard. It floats, but it lands in the hands of Jonathan Adams. How'd he do it?
Tell you what, man, this guy is tougher than nails. He's locked in. He sees the target. He's getting low and high on the shots to the body and delivers a strike. He does not see what's going on in front of him, keeps us focused on what's going on behind him.
Adam Rodriguez with the initial hit there. Sideline, I think only 1 foot down there by Morris, and that is indeed out of bounds, incomplete.
I'll say on that last 3rd and 15, guys, not a great job at that corner to the left side of the football field. You want to play deep to short.
Keep the ball in front of you.
Clearly out of bounds there. See the bottom of the screen under the team name. You'll see the timeouts remaining, the blue chiclets, and under that, the red represents the challenge remaining. So Memphis with 2 timeouts here, 35 seconds left. Cook is dumping down. Darius Victor staying up. He's a tough dude to bring down. Short of the sticks. And that will bring out timeout. So we have an injured player. So it looks like Sewell is walking off
By
slowly.
rule, 55 on the defense was injured. This will be a timeout for Houston, and their 3rd and final timeout.
Tried to go low there on Victor. And this is a missed opportunity for Houston on defense. As Harry just referenced, they had Memphis backed up on a 3rd and 15 with plenty of time on the clock and a timeout left. Now they've got no timeout. Memphis is in plus territory knocking on the door.
And Sewell to the 10. Nice weekend of the UFL season. First, the Brahmas taking on the Showboats Saturday at noon on ESPN, followed by the Battlehawks hosting the Renegades on ABC at 8. Can't wait to see what the dome looks like and sounds like. They are hungry for this. Then on Sunday, the Stallions taking on the Panthers at noon on ESPN. And over on Fox, the Defenders hosting the Roughnecks. You surprised by the Brahmas beating the Defenders earlier today?
I'm really not, because they've got some real playmakers. The quarterback showed up in Chase Garbers. Dontre Kirkland, who is out of LSU, who had a monster year a year ago in the XFL until he got injured. They've got weapons there, and they've got the ability to score.
It's his 3rd and 1. Cook will throw. One-on-one, sideline, trying to come back to it is Dawood Davis. No flags and incomplete. So 19 seconds left. 4th and 1. Let's see what the Showboats do.
Okay, here we go. Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. He's on him the whole way. Come on. You're better than that. You've had a great half. That's shit.
So we had a combination of a decision, kick it, and a little criticism of the officiating.
Oh, he was not overly happy with the official down on that sideline. He almost made it down to about the 10-yard line to let him know about it.
Coughlin's already got one. How about a 56-yard attempt? We saw Molson with the 55-yarder earlier. Up. And no good. Wide right. Looked like it had the distance.
It did have the distance, Lowell, just slightly off to the right.
And we've had some clutch kicking to start off the UFL.
Some big legs.
Jake Bates, 64-yarder. That was for Birmingham. In a matchup with the USFL champs against the XFL champs in Arlington. That was for the win.
With the first down, you go up the clock.
For Houston on offense, Jarrett Garantano, 12 dropbacks, 5 pressures, 3 quarterback hits, and a sack. They've got to come up with some answers up front to start protecting their quarterback.
Down he goes. Garantano is sacked, as you were saying.
This is always the biggest concern of every coaching staff in a spring football league is the offensive line in the first few weeks of the season. They're outmanned athletically, and they need to gel as a unit over time.
And that's also coaching and scouting with DiFilippo. Took a lot of pride in his drafting across the XFL lines, as Roberts was a guy in the XFL a year ago. Let's catch up now with Harry.
Guys, I'm here with head coach C.J. Johnson, and coach, a tough first half.
Real tough.
I think one of the things offensively, you got to be able to protect the quarterback. What is your message to the guys in the locker room?
Absolutely. Let's just be patient, get the ball out, some quick throws. Got to get off the field on third down on defense. And we got to, mix up the run and the pass. We can't just be one-dimensional.
Sounds good, coach.
Thank you.
You want to go up to him in the crowd?
Direct to the point.
He's right.
Was not a good opening half of football for the Houston Roughnecks. Let's catch up now with Kayla.
Okay, it's not a bad start to start this thing off. I mean, what are you liking so far from this offense early on?
Yeah, so I think overall the guys are doing a great job. They come out to different stuff. It's week one, so you always got to adjust to the new stuff they're bringing in from last year. But I'm loving what the guys are doing.
Did you see Vinny's TD catch? I know you made the bomb pass, but you were able to see it?
I saw it a little bit. I think I'll be able to appreciate it more tomorrow. It looked pretty impressive, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was nice. Congrats.
Good
luck, guys.
Case Cookus, opening eyes, all about trying to get another opportunity. He's been cut so many times in the NFL. Is this the film he needs to get another taste of the big league? Showboats with the big lead at the half, 15-3 over Houston. 155-yard field goal to show for the offensive and special teams output for the Roughnecks so far today. Harry, what'd you pick up when you were with the Roughnecks in the locker room?
Yeah, defensive coordinator Chris Wilson basically said, hey, defense, we got to get out the field. Right now, the Memphis Showboats, they're 6 for 8 on third downs. That has played a major role in the offense not having a football. But he also said that, guys, it's time to tighten up. He might dial up the pressure. And offensively, the message was, let's be consistent, street drives together. Let's get some points, guys.
Harry, thank you so much. Let's check out our first half stats brought to you by Progressive. These are obviously dominated by the Showboats, 158-61 when it comes to total yards and first downs. That's so vital when it comes to maintaining drives.
Sure, you've got to maintain possession of the football. How do you do that? You move the stick. So that time of possession number there and those yards and those first downs are obviously all intertwined.
No coin flips. The home team gets to pick. Do they want the football or defer? Roughnecks decided to defer, so it's their ball to start the second half. That's Isaiah Henney to the 40-yard line. So what does Garantano need to do to find some flow?
I think the first thing that they've got to do is get him what I would call confidence throws. Allow him to get the ball out of his hand quickly. Maybe it's a quick screen, maybe it's a slant, maybe it's a hitch. So he gets some rhythm, they start moving the ball. But most importantly, this offensive line for Houston has got to come up with some answers for the Memphis line stunts and games along their defensive front that are creating free rushers and applying the pressure to Jarrett Garantano.
13 yards, the longest play for Houston. Starting on the ground, TJ Pledger.
Number 5, Pledger is the ball carrier. He's tackled by number 24, so gain of 2 yards on the play, second down.
Hey, listen. We're going to go gun trip select 41 ace Y hitch on green. Ready? What side you want me on? This side. Here we go. Ready.
Eric Price, offensive coordinator, bringing the call in to Garantano, but got a flag.
18, false start.
Start. Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And that's against Emmanuel Butler.
Yeah, these self-inflicted wounds on early drives have plagued Houston on offense. And again, this is what you worry about when you don't have preseason matchups. You don't have live games. You're hoping that you don't have a lot of sloppiness. This has hurt the offense for the Roughnecks.
7 penalties, 60 yards for Houston. Little delay. Back to Pledger. And back to the original line of scrimmage where Kyrie Woods makes a stop. He was also the Showboat that had the forced fumble, landed in the arms of Christian McFarland for the first touchdown of the game.
Defensively right there, they just brought a fire zone blitz. Slot guy came from the wide side of the football field. You've seen one of the outside linebackers drop back in coverage on the opposite side. The guy that blitzed made the tackle.
Carnell Lake, defensive coordinator, one of the all-time greats in the secondary with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3rd and 10. Pressure. Jordan Ferguson flushing Garantano from the pocket. Brayton Bowman was trying to state his case for a PI, but no flags there.
And again, a free rusher coming up the middle off of a line stunt in that A gap between the center and the guard, putting pressure in the face of Jarrett Garantano. And he doesn't have a shot to set his feet, plant, and throw the football and actually survey the field. He's constantly under duress.
Punt alignment. Gunners have to be inside the numbers. Cannot take off downfield until the ball is kicked, and that one is blocked and ends up in the hands of a Roughneck player. But special teams still dominating for Memphis. Tyshun Render with the block.
That's a great play, just extending another area that you become concerned about as a coaching staff early on in the season is special teams play in your kicking game. And can you create field position? Can you create extra points? This time it's field position for the Memphis offense as they see their first series of the third quarter.
Render out of Middle Tennessee State. Talk about just getting that taste of the NFL, wanting to get back. Played one game for the Dolphins in 2020, had 8 defensive snaps, and that is it, trying to get back to that level. So great field position for the chef. Case Cookus is grilling the Roughnecks defense in the first half.
You got them all today, don't you?
You know it. And unfortunately, that's Darius Victor running into his own lineman. Great push there by the Roughnecks. Let's check in with Kayla.
Well, you wouldn't have drawn that one up. What did you see on that block kick? A perfect field position.
They gave me a little body to pass rush. I've been talking about it all week. I'm going to use the pass rush move. I get the work opportunity on a little guy. He don't do pass rush rips. So let me get to it.
Well done.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Guys.
Hey, Tom, reality, though, for these players, if they want a shot in the NFL, it's going to be on special teams.
Absolutely. The more you can do, the more valuable you are, the harder it is to cut you.
You guys can't gloss over him calling the opponent a little guy. My gosh.
Cook is picked off. That's how you get back in the game. Reuben Foster, the Alabama sensation, to the 50. Showing the skills that made him the Buckus Award winner as the nation's top linebacker in 2016.
Watch him drop and just key the eyes of Cookus, and he just hangs in there. I don't think Cookus thought he was going to be able to elevate like that. Reuben Foster got up, plucked it, got down, and created some positive momentum. Now you're on the plus side of the 50. Get this crowd back into it a little bit. Former first-round draft choice Reuben Foster trying to work his way back into some potential relevancy in the NFL's eyes.
To Pleasure. Left side, and we have a change at quarterback now for the Roughnecks. Reed Sinnott out of San Diego checks in place of Garantano.
I think they're just trying to get a spark with Reed Sinnott.
He was with the San Antonio Brahmas last season, however, suffered a broken foot near the end of last year.
That's a hell of a job right there. That's a hell of a
that's job. That's job.
Justin Hall in motion. Sinnott is not getting away from the Showboats defense, in particular Greg Reeves out of South Florida.
And when you make that change, what you lose is some of that athleticism that can get you out of trouble that Jarrett Garantano has. That's not necessarily what you're going to get from Reed Sinnott. So Reed's got to get the ball out of his hand. They got to give him some short stuff to get him some confidence. This 5-step drop passing game right now for Houston is just taking too long. They cannot hold up front.
Sinnott, like Garantano, has time on the active roster in the NFL regular season, but does not have any stats, has not actually played in a game. 3rd and 12. Sinnott showing off the arm that sells high as he was trying to find Ratliff Williams. Here's Harry.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Reuben Foster, a.k.a. Mr. Playmaker himself. Tell me, what did you see, my man?
Shoot, I saw the quarterback eyes, and he was just staring down his own coverage. And, you know, the quarterback eyes don't lie, so I tried to take one home, but I couldn't do it.
It's Easter Sunday. Who do you want to give a shout-out to right now?
Shout out to my mama, Anita Page. Shout out to my daughter, Isaiah. Shout out to Corey, all my family who made it here. And shout out to my love, son, love. I love y'all. Respect.
That's Reuben Foster, ladies and gentlemen.
Harry, great work there. Jeray Elber brought down at the 20. And Tom, the smile, summed it all up with Reuben Foster.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
They said they didn't have it.
D-ball, get ball. That's what Reuben Foster does from his linebacker position. The former Alabama All-American and San Francisco 49er first-round draft choice has really made his presence felt for a Houston defensive front seven that has really done a nice job versus the run. They struggled at times versus the pass, but Reuben Foster has been all over the field, including this interception, to get the ball back into the hands of the Houston offense. Houston just cannot sustain a drive, though, on offense, and is going to have to come up with something to get this Houston defense off the field and keep them off the field to get some rest.
5 tackles and an interception. We'll see how Case Cookus responds after his first blemish so far this afternoon. Play action. Cookus is flushed. That's incomplete. Here's Caleb Burton with more on Reuben Foster.
Yeah, guys, he is absolutely everywhere. That's at least in the words of CJ Johnson. He says he's too much. I have to pull him out of drills sometimes during practice just so he can get a first down. He only knows one speed, and walkthroughs, we have to tell him, hey, slow it down. We can just get through this drill. And he is who he was at Alabama with the 49ers. CJ Johnson calls him a special talent who is infectious around the guys surrounding him, and it's clearly paying off here on the defensive end.
NFL career marked by some off-field issues, had the torn ACL as well, had 4 years out of football before returning to the Pittsburgh Maulers in the USFL a season ago. It does not look like he has lost a step.
Doesn't at all.
Game, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
It looks like he's in great shape, play ready. He's never heard of a walkthrough. He doesn't understand that language.
Harry, what do you think it takes for a guy like Reuben Foster to get back to the NFL?
Well, he has the physical traits, the intangibles, the instincts. It's all about just continuously making plays, and when you get your next break, you got to cash in on it.
Opportunity doesn't come around too often in the NFL. 2nd and 15. Case Cookus. Cookus is really like most of the players in the UFL. Has had a lot of time on practice squads, but no time on an active roster.
Right, and that's why spring football and the UFL is so important. While the USFL and the XFL is so important, is those opportunities for quarterbacks, wideouts, to play, get put on tape, get evaluated.
Third and 12. Roughneck fans into it. Great feat by Cookus. And incomplete. Was looking for Surratt. Jeremiah Johnson was there to break it up.
Got a flag here.
And it's down on the 4:30.
Defense, number 9, 5-yard penalty, results in automatic first down.
Oh, wow.
So illegal contact on the defense.
Okay, illegal contact.
That's why Curtis Johnson, you heard his voice there, so upset on the opposite sideline.
It's got to be at the top of the screen, right? Yeah. I just didn't catch the number. That's the new thing. It's tough to hear. It's at the top. It's at the top. It's here. He's still in the pocket. He's at 10 yards downfield. He's initiating the contact. Automatic first down. Okay.
So the penalty stands. We now have a flag for a delay.
False start.
False start.
Offense, number 12, 5-yard penalty. First down.
So let's go back to Dean Blandino of the U.S. Army Command Center. Dean, what did you see on that previous penalty?
We were looking to see, the flag came from the top of the field. We were looking to see who made the contact, because as a defender, you have up until 5 yards to initiate contact with a receiver who's running a route. The defender rode the receiver beyond 5 yards, was maintaining that contact close to 8 or 9 yards downfield. The quarterback was still in the pocket. That's the other part we were looking for. It's just confirming those elements that it was a correct call on the field.
Dean, thank you. And another stoppage here.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's just got to drive Coach DiFilippo crazy to have a delay of game off of a penalty.
Dean, what kind of timetable are you trying to work with when you review plays?
We want to be as efficient as possible. Certainly if there's something reviewable, a catch at the sideline, fumble down by contact, we want to be efficient. We want to get to the angles, make sure we're not delaying the game unnecessarily.
Well, you guys are nailing it because you're reviewing everything, and this game is still moving. Some shaking, baking, and some contact there from Darius Victor as Keontae Shad brings him down. As Dean Blandino helping us out from the U.S. Army Command Center.
Houston right now can just hang in there on defense and force a punt here. They're going to give their offense tremendous field position. Again, the rules are designed to aid the return and get a return.
That's J.T. Tyler down for the Roughnecks. We'll check on him when we're into the Hall of Fame this year, deservedly so. He's a Houston legend, NFL legend, but before he was doing his thing with the Texans, he was coached up by Roughnecks head coach C.J. Johnson when he was his receivers coach at the U, and he's now standing by with Harry Douglas.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with 14-year NFL veteran Andre Johnson, who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this August. But Dre, before you got to that point, you was at the University of Miami. Talk about someone who was special to you and one of the main reasons why you're standing right here today.
Curtis Johnson, man, he's had a huge impact on my career. Not only my career, just in my life. So, you know, his first game here, you know, he was in town a few weeks ago, and I did some media tours with him, you know, just to, you know, pub up this game, and just happy and excited for him, and just here to show him some support.
What is it about Coach Johnson that allowed guys like you, Marshall Faulk, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, to be able to relate to him, but him also relate to you guys?
Because he's played more of like a father figure role for us. You know, he's really broke everything down for us, and, you know, saw things in us that we probably didn't even see in ourselves. So, man, just him being here today and just, you know, me being out here just to show him some support, you know, man, it means the world, you know, just to see him being the head coach now and, you know, supporting the Gamblers. So, man, it's a lot of fun.
And lastly, you will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What was that moment like? And talk about your emotions once you got that knock at your door.
Man, I'm a huge fan of the game of football, and I've watched everybody else do it. And for me to get it and it happened for me, man, it was an emotional moment. I mean, I think a lot of people saw that when it happened, but, you know, it means the world, man. I'm in football heaven now, so it's the best feeling in the world.
Appreciate you, Dre. It was also an honor to be one of your teammates, my man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Little sweep here. That's David Davis, who has a solid debut building here in the UFL. Previously, though, we saw Cookus pick up a huge 3rd and 12.
Yeah, they're starting to move the chains, get back in rhythm after having back-to-back penalties there that backed them up. Again, Houston can't get off the field. And, you know, listening to Harry talk to Andre Johnson, he mentioned Marshall Faulk. Curtis Johnson was my dad's wide receiver coach at San Diego State and was responsible for recruiting Louisiana, which is where Marshall Faulk was at the time. He's a tremendous recruiter, tremendous receiver coach. He's had a great career.
He also did point out, from knowing you way back, that your twin sister is actually the more athletic of the two. Cookus is sacked. Any rebuttal there?
Oh, we don't have a long enough broadcast for that rebuttal.
There's Ethan Westbrooks coming up with the stop. Westbrooks out of West Texas A&M, out west in Alpine, Texas. 68 games in his NFL career, the last with the Saints in 2021.
Left 39 points,
so you're saying there's a good twin and a bad twin, and Tom is the bad twin?
I'm the evil twin.
Oh my goodness.
That's scary to think about.
Done. What's up?
Darius Victor trying to get to the left side, and Roughnecks not letting them get there. Segapolu with the stop.
This is a salty defensive front. There's a lot of people running the football. They leverage the football really, really well. Not going to let anybody bounce and break it to the corner and turn and get upfield. This is a big physical group for Houston, but they've got to get off the field.
Cookus and the Memphis Showboat offense trying to make it 8 of 10 on 3rd down. And not in sync there with DeAndre Overton, so a punt is coming up most likely. Harry, I want to know, though, your perspective. What makes a great receivers coach?
Well, number one, I think the wide receiver room and the DB room are two of the hardest rooms to coach because you're dealing with a ton of personalities. So understanding each guy individually, what makes them go, what makes them tick, how do they learn, but understanding that some guys are going to have to be John Stockton and the assist man. Some guys you're going to have in that room that's able to be Michael Jordan. And understanding that all of these guys are here for a common goal, to play for one another, and eliminating the selfishness.
We have a flag down. Return starts at the 10-yard line for Isaiah Henney. Let's sort this out.
Flag on the play, flag on the play. Tack that on, or previous spot enforcement. Offside defense, what do you coach want to do? Offside defense, he has an option here.
He wants to kick it again. Memphis has the option.
Yeah.
Memphis has the option.
Right, I know.
He wants them to re-kick.
Thank you. What was the number? 20?
31 kicking.
Offside defense.
Number 31, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So Markel Roby at a D2 Pittsburgh State. They're the Gorillas, by the way.
That's right.
Offsides there.
Great mascot name.
Covered the Gorillas way back in the day. Joplin, Missouri. Drive out to Pittsburgh, Kansas. When Chuck Royals was the head coach there, they had a D2 powerhouse.
They did.
That's what's great about this league. You've got Michigan Wolverines and you've got Scottsdale Community College Fighting Artichokes.
That's right. Or Ferris State, and everything in between.
Yeah.
You know?
It goes to show how much good football is actually out there on the college level and now into the pros.
No doubt.
Henney says a high archer is picking that one up in the skyline, and it's going to go into the end zone and come out 25. Another flag, however, is down at the 45.
Holding against the receiving team. That 10-yard penalty be tacked on. First down, and then we're going to media.
Holding. Receiving team during the kick. That 10-yard penalty be added to the end of the kick. First down. Timeout.
So not the best of sequences there for the Roughnecks special teams. This is week 1 of the UFL. Get right back into the action next weekend. The Brahmas taking on the Showboats Saturday on ESPN, followed by the Battlehawks hosting the Renegades on ABC at 8. Then on Sunday, it is the Stallions taking on the Panthers.
That's our game, buddy.
That's where we're going to be. And by the way, need to correct myself from earlier. Jake Bates with a 64-yarder from Michigan, not Birmingham. Birmingham doesn't need any more help. Skip Holtz has that team rolling. Back-to-back USFL champs, and they opened up by beating the XFL champs. Big game Bob Stoops and the Arlington Renegades. Tyron Evans, complete.
Let's go NASCAR, NASCAR, NASCAR. Let's go empty right. Where's the ball? Right in the middle, empty right, 352, wide shock, halfback choice.
Empty right. Hey, we got Chalk. Chalk, hey, choice. Choice. 352.
Try to get a little choice route on the inside.
Hey, drag on the 7. Here we go. Ready.
The play call from Eric Price, the execution from Garantano, and it works. Brandon Bowman.
Empty right. Hey, 352. Hey, drag it. Come in the slot.
Notice Jarrett Garantano is doing a much better job of getting the ball out of his hands, got some sense of urgency now, and he's protecting himself.
Second and short, using the legs. It's been effective today. First down, yardage, and more. Flag is down at the 40. As Garantano picks up the first down. So we'll hinge on that penalty.
14, 5 yards tacked on. 14 defense hold, tag on from the end of the run. But
Holding defense, number 15. That 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
That goes against the Clemson Tiger, TJ Green. And it is a 21-yard pickup. So on this drive, the 2 longest plays so far by the Roughnecks.
Ready.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Screen. And Kirk Merritt is tripped up and brought down.
Oh, if he doesn't go down there, they've got a really well set up screen.
They're going to try to get off a play here before the end of the third quarter. I don't think they will get it off. So going to the fourth quarter, keep in mind, because of the layered extra point system and the 4th and 12 conversion that will come up here in the fourth quarter, this is still a ball game, even though it's 15-3. Here in this UFL matchup with Houston and Memphis. There's number 94, Dalen Mack, once upon a time, the number 6 recruit in the class of 2015, signed with Texas A&M. 8 sacks over 4 seasons with the Fighting Aggies.
He's a handful.
And of course, Garantano at Tennessee in a very difficult time for that program, as he is pressured there, just running about 15 yards backwards before getting that one off. So Garantano, rough 4-year stretch. He was there for the end of the Butch Jones era, and all 3 years under Jeremy Pruitt. That program's on much better footing now. And some of the struggles were because of everything going around him.
Yep. Well, you'd love to see him and Josh Heupel's offense.
There we go. Ready. 380.
3rd and 11. Hit hard. But he finds Pleasure, and Pleasure is going to make this interesting. 1 yard to go. It has to be go time here on 4th down.
No doubt. And for the reasons you just stated, you want to get the first down, get a touchdown, and then have the choice on the extra point. You go for 1, 2, or 3.
Fourth and short, and we have a timeout by the Memphis Showboats. Carnell Lake wants an opportunity to plan for this pivotal play just A little nothing easy today for Roughnecks quarterback Jared Garantano. Harry Douglas, what are you seeing?
Well, a guy that's been fighting for his life all day long. One of the things I know he's going to do after this game is sit in the cold tub for about 20 or 30 minutes because his body has to be bruised up. But I've watched him, guys, over here on the sideline coming off from drives, and he still has positive body language. You don't see him murmuring or complaining about anything, and he's communicating with his teammates. So I'll take a guy like that any day.
Well, they're going to need him here on a big 4th down, Harry. 9 pressures, 5 quarterback hits so far today on the quarterback.
Garantano quick to the line. And we've got a flag down. It didn't look like he got the snap cleanly.
Offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So that's on Justin Red.
Got a kicker. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here we go, let's rock and roll.
Now, what are they talking about here, Tom?
They're talking about the language that Memphis was using on defense to try and bait and get exactly what just happened by using some type of verbiage from a cadence. Set, hut, hike, ready.
They can't say anything like that.
So a 45-yarder coming up for J.J. Molson. So Roughnecks will try to chip away at this lead. That's up and good, but what could have been with the 4th and 1. Here's Garantano stating his case that they were drawn offside.
He said hut! He said hut! He said hut! He said hut! He can't say the cadence! He can't say the cadence! No! He can't say the cadence! He said the cadence! He can't say hut! He can't say hut! What do you mean you can't hear it? He said hut! They can't say the cadence!
Defense cannot simulate the cadence, and Garantano is trying to say that Memphis did.
And you can't do it with claps and things of that nature either.
Wow. Huge turn of events there, because we know if that's a conversion on 4th down, it's a completely different ball game. But as it stands, it's 15-6, right? This is still well within the range.
It's a one-possession game
for Houston. That's the beautiful thing about the UFL.
Yep.
You can be down by 9 points, and it still is a one-possession game with the touchdown plus the 3-point conversion from the 10-yard line.
No doubt.
Which had to have been a factor in why you still go for the field goal there.
No question.
Instead of going for it on 4th and longer. There's Trey Williams cutting it back and then to the sideline, and it's going to get to the 45-yard line for the Showboats. Good field position. Tonight it's our first Sunday night baseball matchup of the season. The Cardinals finish up their 4-game series against the Dodgers. Coverage begins following our game with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown at 6 Eastern on ESPN.
Let's go, Roughnecks.
And how about that?
Okay, Roughnecks. Protect the ring.
That's a guy that has command of his team.
Hear that? He said spacing. You see that bunch of trips to the top of the screen? They're all going to space out to a location.
And we heard an oops. We heard an oops from Case Cookus. Probably not a good thing when you hear that from your quarterback in the middle of a play. What happened there, Tom?
Well, it looks like the ball slipped out of his hand and he tried to pull it back at the last second as we take a look at the replay here. That's why you heard the oops. Let's see, watch the quarterback right here.
Oh, it's batted down.
Oh, it's batted down right in front of his hand.
Gun dice left close, 53 Tampa Pirate. On one.
That was Ethan Westbrooks with the bat tap. Love the live mic in action. Oops.
Time. Watch it.
To Darius Victor, the 50. trying to shake and bake. Good game tackle there by the Roughnecks, led by Colby Richardson and Marvin Mooney.
It's a big third down right here for the Houston Roughnecks defensively.
Big third down, Harry, and they've got to, number one, they've got to pay close attention to the cadence and not jump off sides. Don't have a silly penalty. And keep the ball in front of you and tackle.
Roughnecks fans love it here in the UFL. 3rd and 5 for Cookus. 4-man rush. First down. Working to the tight end, Sage Surratt.
Now it's Vinny Papali there.
You're good, you're good. Hey, good, great job.
Part about being in the National Football League, if that's where you're trying to go, you got to win your one-on-one matchup. So great job right there by Papali, winning his one-on-one matchup versus the secondary defender and getting a first down.
Papali continues strong debut here in the UFL.
Hey, come here, come here. Wait, what's it?
Cookus flushed, showing the legs. He's going to throw, looking end zone. And David Davis threw his hands too tight on the sideline.
2nd and 10. Okay, here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Gun, bunch left. 52, Z McCaffrey, halfback rail. Gun, bunch left. 52, Z McCaffrey, halfback rail. Hey, what did he call that?
52, Z McCaffrey, halfback rail. All right.
It's 1-4. I mean,
time. Wait, what's it?
Cookus, another strike, this time to Jonathan Adams. It's a guy that John DiFilippo told us in the dispersal draft they had to have Adams. He followed this staff over from the New Orleans Breakers.
Yeah, they had a really solid plan with their approach. Their approach was to get as many players with the most snaps and experience that were available on the street in the draft or who they could protect from the previous year's roster. And that's why there's a lot of professional football starting experience at every position on this Memphis roster.
Had to look at numbers because simply there's not enough time to evaluate all the players in the pool. Cookus rolling left, takes another shot. Oh, the throw was there to Lee Morris. Up through his hands.
That was a fantastic throw. And Harry, I feel like the closer you get to that sideline and you're tracking the over-the-shoulder ball, you've got to be able to give yourself some room between you and that big white line.
Yeah, it's imperative to be able to get 2 feet in bounds. But I tell you, you got to come up with that catch. I don't think
you do.
Case Cookus can put it any better than that, Tom.
I agree. It's a great throw.
Cookus going back left side this time to Davis. Some contact. And you heard that's PI, but no flag comes out. Harry, what did you see from your level?
Well, for me, guys, and I might be a little biased, I'm going to always say it's PI because I'm a former wide receiver. But no, all jokes aside, I think that was a good play down the field by the DB and also the wide receiver. You also got to allow the DB to be able to guard his opponent as well.
That was Jeremiah Johnson, former D2 All-American in coverage. Cookus overthrows Papali. And that is a big stop by the Roughnecks.
What a huge stop. And Case Cookus there just hung on to the last moment he possibly could to get that ball out, just slightly overthrew Papali.
And Tom, I'm a nitpick here. But I think Papali could have did a better job of sprinting out of that corner route, right? Digging a little bit, looking in the sky for the football to drop down in his arms.
It's a 51-yarder for Matt Coughlin. Second most field goals in Big Ten history. the Michigan State Spartans. He's got another one, and that is an enormous 3 points on the board for the Showboats, now making it a 2-score game.
I'm joined by head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, C.J. Johnson. 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the game. You're down 12. You have the ball offensively. If you get a touchdown, Coach, what would be your strategy moving forward?
Look, we got to go for 3. Make it a field goal game. So that's why I love this game. I love the rules. We got to have an opportunity to make this thing a 1-score game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And so at that point, depending on time, you can play defense.
Yep.
Also, in the fourth quarter, if you were trailing or tied after a touchdown, you can go for a 4th and 12 from the 28-yard line. And if you make it, you keep the football. Love that rule. And this is dangerously close to going out of bounds, and it does. So now you're talking about setting up Houston in perfect field position to make something happen.
First down.
Next weekend, we move on to week 2 of the UFL season. We got San Antonio taking on Memphis. The Brahmas upset the DC Defenders earlier today. And then Arlington and St. Louis, both those teams trying to avoid an 0-2 start. Birmingham rolling under Skip Holtz will be there in Detroit to see them take on the Michigan Panthers. The Roughnecks and Defenders cap it all off.
Look at the penalty that this incurred by kicking that ball out of bounds. If you're Memphis, the ball starts at the 50-yard line for Houston.
That is a huge blunder on the Memphis special teams. Garantano left side working the screen to the 50, still up sideline, and it's Justin Hall. 5-time All-Max selection at Ball State, 17 yards.
Love this play call because it quickly gets the ball out of Garantano's hands and into space, which protects him and gets them an explosive play.
Hey, we're going drag out 10-7, drag out. Here we go. Friday, son.
Wide open. Should be first down yardage to Braden Bowman.
Got plenty of time here. 3 timeouts left.
We got gun tray right tear, Indy. We got gun tray right tear. 22K Indy at corner on one. Ready? You got a corner. Open it. This way. Yes. No, right here. You got a play. Here we go. Ready?
Garantano in command.
Hey, we're going to Friday, son.
Pressure. Everybody coming. Finds an outlet. Merritt down to the 15. The shake. The bank before Greg Reeves brings him down.
Holy smokes, that was an absolute jailbreak. Credit Jared Garantano for just getting the ball out, knowing where his outlet is, and then Merritt making the move to extend that another 6 to 7 yards. Houston's got a sense of urgency to him right now on offense.
Ace motor, 353, wide shot, Lucy. I want ready. That's Lucy.
2nd and 2.
Hey, shot. Go. Get set.
Merritt motions out top of the screen. He was a receiver in the NFL. Garantano, no! Ball is out! Showboats recover! A game-changing hit by the South Florida Bull, Greg Reeves. And it's Dylan Famatau out of OU recovering.
See Jared Garantano right here, looking to his right initially, tries to step up, and then the walls just close in on the backside, and he never sees Reeves coming off the block of the left tackle, and it's just been a problem for this offense all day long.
And Kayla as the man that made the play. What I tell you?
I sure do. What a disruptive play. I mean, absolutely game-changing. What did you see on that? Take me through what you saw.
First, I mean, the tackle kick. I got up the ball like I was supposed to and let the clock run down. Had a great jump, got the outside arm to bid the corner. Quarterback stepped up. A beautiful play, couldn't draw it up any better.
Your guy was right there to get the recovery. How did he factor in?
Man, my teammates always
always show up when it's time.
Let's go. He said you gotta go. Guys, we gotta go.
Yeah, because Memphis has just coughed it up, trying to figure out who has the football.
Clearly a fumble, so
Roughnecks have the rock.
there's no doubt we've got a clear fumble. And then at that point, it's whoever comes out of the pile. We got Houston with the ball, right? Cover. Yep. You're good with your count, defense. Got 11. Turnover clear. Turnover clear.
Reuben Foster does it again. An interception. Now he recovers the fumble. Looked like Darius Victor just gave it up. And now we have a
substitution
stoppage
on the defense. 12 in formation.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty, first down.
7-34, you want to just a wide fake, I want 36.
Merit 11, Merit 11, Merit 11, Merit 11, Merit 11.
And that's how you lose momentum, get it back, and then get more.
When you hear this crowd erupt, when they saw they got that football.
Z-drive Sally, I want on, ready?
From the Oilers to the Cougars, the Gamblers, the Roughnecks, they love football here in Houston, Texas. And their team has a shot now, 1st and 5. Garantano working it to Merritt. Merritt's got a blocker. Merritt to the shadow of the goal line. 15 yards. Roughnecks are cooking.
I love the timing of this play call by Eric Price, the offensive coordinator. Nicely set up, good patience by the quarterback. Kirk Merritt, who we've talked about, who's just trying to find his niche. What is he? Is he a running back? Is he a slot? So talented.
And it was a Houston Cougar and Braylon Jones getting out there to set up Kirk Merritt with that block. Merritt with the carry. Merritt keeps churning forward. Spotted down at the 1.
Hey, Converse! 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 Hey, Converse! 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 Hey!
They might run the same play here, or take advantage of this man coverage outside.
Garantano will take it himself. He's in the end zone. Roughnecks making it interesting.
It's been a long time since we've seen a quarterback sneak without a push.
Old school style. And now, this is the rule that really makes this a game. It's a 6-point game. They're going for the 3-point conversion from the 10-yard line.
Here we go. Ready. Hey, Colorado. Colorado, ready. 180. What's up?
To make it a field goal game. Garantano to the end zone. No. Fonte Diggs all over that one. So it's a 6-point game. CJ Johnson can kick this away. He can play defense. He can also elect to go for the 4th and 12 from the 28. Is it too early for that, Tom?
Oh, yeah, it's way too early for that right now, especially when you consider the last 2 drives on defense for Houston resulted in a forced punt and a forced turnover caused by Reuben Foster that got them the ball back that allowed for that score. Plenty of time.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
Look, sometimes
and that was CJ Johnson saying we're kicking.
Because
it's 3rd and 10, I'm like, if I throw it before I got it,
yeah, because if you take the back, he may just split and score. You know what I mean? You good?
What you talking about
Next
there?
time,
Take what
next
they
time we
give
get
you.
it, let's call Falcon Drive. You know what I mean? Like we
Coach
get down
talking
there,
to-
Falcon Drive, 'cause you got that has answers all over.
Hear Coach talk to Eric Price upstairs about having answers all over. They want to make sure that if they play a call in that situation, if they're in man, they've got an answer to beat man. If they happen to be in zone, they've got an answer to beat zone. But what he's initially telling Derek Arantano is take what the defense gives you, and if your back is out in space, like he said, he might twirl, he might jab and make the guy miss and score.
Talked about the big time players, though. Reuben Foster been in moments on the biggest stages in the game, came up with that fumble recovery. Garantano was able to cash it in. A little squib kick here. He fielded at the 35 by Jonathan Adams. What do you think about this? That's great field position here for the Showboats. Hold that thought, because the NCAA Women's Championship continues tomorrow with 2 more Elite 8 matchups on ESPN. LSU squaring off against Iowa. Rematch of the national championship game. The first game at 7 Eastern, then UConn taking on USC. Last 2 spots in the Final Four on the line. What's the approach for Memphis here?
Just run their offense, be who you are. You've been really efficient in the passing game. You haven't run it well throughout the day. I think you're going to have to continue to attempt to run it, but they've been really good in their short to intermediate passing game.
Last carry, Victor coughed it up. Not the case here, as it's about a yard on first down.
It's been tough sledding for this run game, as we see. There is Victor limping off the field. That does not look good. But getting just 1-2 yards a pop on the ground has been tough sledding for this offense.
So you're looking at 10 carries for 2 yards in this game for Darius Victor. The Roughnecks defensive line. That was the focus of the supplemental draft. The dispersal draft, rather. They're holding up. Little razzle dazzle. Davis trying to get the edge. Picks up a chunk. Third and manageable here.
What a big down for Houston on defense right here.
Good trio right, wide open, 3 good Chappelle, have that wide open.
Hooks check down. The Titus Swin full head of steam. Is he going to have the yardage? It looks that way. The Wyoming Cowboy has been rarely used in this.
Wow.
Right place, right time. Clutch by Titus Swin.
Clutch, but it's a Smith tackle right there. That stops the play in its tracks and forces a punt.
Gunflake. Z-Jet, 34 times plus, on one, Gunflake left.
That is the True Line official spot. First down. Back to Swin, looking for anything right side. The Roughnecks denying him there. So we have a timeout. So these are the moments that will make the game. Let's check out both teams as they try to find the play to turn the tide here in the final 3:29.
Hey.
Hey, gun, dice right close, 52 Tampa, possible patch and pirate. Hey, you're on the 25-yard line. Hey, remember, we want to get inside the 35 here, right? Okay, we want to try to get inside the 35 here. So you got about 6, 7 yards to go. Gun, dice right close, 52 Tampa.
He's telling them, be careful with the football, have some situational awareness, know where we got to get to where we feel comfortable attempting a field goal.
Cookus using the legs. Trying to cut it across, and a great open field stop by the Miami Hurricane, Corn Elder.
Smart play here by Cookus, not putting the ball in harm's way. The front door opens, he takes it, and now the tackle inbounds keeps that clock rolling. 2 timeouts left for Houston on defense.
That is a huge stop by Elder to prevent that first down.
Yep.
Kansas. Time. You got Omaha.
J.J. Wilson, bottom of the screen. Looking up top, broke it up. It's going to set up a 4th and 4. Elder does it again.
Tried to pick it and rub it off right there. Houston not biting defensively. Corn Elder at it again. 2 back-to-back plays for Houston, and Corn Elder, the former Miami Hurricane. Really nice series by him.
Another 55-yarder here from Matt Coughlin.
Remember how low that first attempt was. It went through.
Up. Will it have enough juice? No! The doink off the right upright. Also a flag down. It looked like Houston may have jumped. We'll see.
All right, we'll get you one.
No.
Offside. Defense, number 4. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Jimmy Moreland has had a solid game for the Houston Roughnecks, but jumps off sides here. Now look, keep this in mind. This is a play you can challenge.
True.
This is a pivotal play where C.J. Johnson may want to use his challenge here to see if he truly was offsides. And honestly, I don't understand why you don't use a challenge here.
Correct, and he's doing it right now. He just dropped the red flag. He's claiming that the ball
would like to
moved.
challenge the defensive offsides call.
I'm on the broadcast angle, which is my mid-50. Okay, Jeff, I'm looking at it.
I mean, I don't know how
He's clearly moving before the
ruling
snap.
on the field of defensive offsides. That play is under further review.
I'm going to go to my left. All right, Jeff, I'm looking at it. And he's also ahead. If you watch, he's leaning. He's early. There's nothing. We don't have anything right down the line. But he's definitely going before the ball moves. You can see he's a split second early, and his helmet may be just in the neutral zone. But again, without that look down the line. Anything else? I've looked at all the sideline angles. I can't change it. Jeff, we're going to let the ruling on the field stand of the offside call. They've charged their timeout. They've done with challenges.
They can decline it because the kick is going to be able to go back to the spot where the ball was kicked. So we need to know the beat back spot where it was kicked too if we get to that point.
Yeah, if you're on the 45 was the kick spot.
Thank you. They'll go to the 45 if we have to. Dean's looking at it. Steve just said that. They are allowed to don't bring it out to show us. They can have tablets. We just can't be a part of that. They can't kind of bring it, show it to us in the face.
So we were listening in to Dean Blandino in the U.S. Army Command Center, and we heard him say we just don't have any other angles that could
After
potentially
further
turn that
review,
over.
the ruling on the field stands. First down Memphis after the penalty enforcement. The clock will start on the snap.
But really, that's the perfect example of when you use your challenge.
Absolutely.
Now, time is really of the issue because Houston is down to 1 timeout, and there's 2:06 on the clock. You have the 2-minute warning coming up. It's a 6-point deficit for the Roughnecks. So they can't allow a quick field goal, still march down the field and get the 3-point conversion to force overtime. Swin is bottled up. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Some nervous, tense moments here for the Roughnecks as Coach DiFilippo will try to seal this one for Memphis. Johnson on the right.
And we're going to have a chance to run the clock, call timeout, at least for 1 snap. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Game planning, clock management, essential here in the final 2 minutes. 2nd and 13 for the Showboats. Titus Swin, the Wyoming Cowboy, nothing going there. Once again, the Roughnecks stout at the point of attack. 3rd down. And the Roughnecks electing not to use that final timeout here.
Memphis taking their time.
Hey, give us a room, guys, give us a room. Give us a fucking room.
Wow, that is tough because A, it's Reuben Foster, and B, you have to use your final timeout, and a lot of time ticked off the clock. You hear that, though? That's what it's about.
Yeah, right.
I hate that guy, but I love him. They know how good Reuben Foster is. I believe we picked that up from Case Cookus and his mic. But you hope that Reuben Foster is okay. Everything he's been through to put himself out there yet again in this UFL, trying to get back to the league.
Now what Case Cookus just has to settle in, take his time.
Do you throw the football here?
No.
Potentially stop the clock?
I would not throw the football here. I would run it and then take my time.
And that's why Cookus was trying to confirm with the officials if that was the last time out off the board for the Roughnecks.
Correct.
We got I form here. How about it? Swin following behind J.J. Wilson. There is a flag down at the 30. That is close to 1st down yardage.
They'll make it 4th down if they don't make it, so they run on the field, it's short.
We got a hold, man.
From here, or accept and take it back 3rd and long.
You want 4? Hey, you want 4th and 1 or 3rd and long?
Holding 7,
3rd and long. But look at the time. 3rd and long. 3rd and long.
Take it back 10 yards.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down. The clock will start on the snap.
That's smart too, because they're banking on Memphis not throwing it here either.
So 3rd and 23, 1:33 left. Houston cannot stop the clock, so right now the focus is.
My left, 98 Willie, all one, right? Hey, is the clock gonna go? No, it's not.
Case Cook is dialed into this clock management, man.
He's trying to milk this for everything possible, and for the Roughnecks, the key is how much time can we get the football back with remaining on the clock? Another I-form look. J.J. Wilson, lead blocker. They go to Titus Swin. Engulfed by Carlo Kemp, the Michigan Wolverine. So clock continues to run, and there's nothing that Houston can do about it.
It's going to be about 50 seconds on the clock when they snap this ball. Back-to-back plays there. I thought we were watching the University of Wisconsin. Memphis lining up
with the
big boys.
Hey, I saw T formation earlier this week.
Yeah. Seeing a couple of endangered species that we used to call fullback.
I mean, spring out the single wing while we're at it. Maybe sprinkle in some wishbone.
Memphis.
So
30
right
seconds
before we get to 0, Memphis calls a timeout. So what's the approach here on a 4th and 20?
Well, first of all, you got to make sure.
He'll probably go for it, change of possession, because
You got to make sure your protection, if you're Memphis here, is shored up.
Can't take a block.
Can't take a block.
you're blowing it. The clock should be going.
CJ
Go, punt
Johnson saying he thinks they may go for
Don't
it.
block it.
And
You
now
gotta
he's
block it.
making the quick switch.
Yeah.
You got to block
They're going to go pump block here.
This is why, and that's why Coach DiFilippo took that timeout to ensure that his punt protection unit is dialed in.
Making sure that they've got enough on the field. You don't want 12.
Right.
You get that penalty. So big moment here for Matt White. He's going to get this one away to Isaiah Henney. Henney calling for the fair catch. He fumbles it. It's a muff. Memphis had a good jump on it, and it's going to be Showboats football, and that will be your ball game.
He did signal, but then he went. What's that?
You know, we had some
Clearly
extracurricular bringing out the flags.
Anything that's going to happen is after the play, so it's not going to change the ruling. Yeah, he clearly, I've got low left end zone. I've got him touching it. Hits his left shoulder, and then it's recovered by Memphis. Yeah, we'll see what the flag is for, but it's after the play. Okay. The result of the play is...
The ruling on the field is the receiving team touched the ball. It was recovered by the kicking team. First down. After the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 80. Receiving team. Personal
42.
foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 7. Kicking team. Those penalties offset. First down. Memphis.
Guys, as a punt returner, especially in a plus 50 punt, the last thing you can do as a returner is look at the ball in the air and look down at the rush and then look back in the air for the ball. That's what Isaiah Henney did right there.
Tom, how good does this feel when you get to line up in the victory formation week 1?
Listen, I think, you know, as with most football games, it's, you know, most games are lost. They're not won. And today, Houston made more errors than Memphis did.
Yeah. If you're Memphis, you gotta feel pretty good about the new quarterback you found with Case Cookis. 23 of 40, 203. He looked poised. He looked in control. Did have that one interception to Reuben Foster.
Yeah, offensively, they were not sloppy. They had a couple of plays here and there. That's to be expected. But you're going to start to see the play get better week in and week out in the UFL as the offensive line